So just another YouTube person, aware patriot. He made videos for about 2 years, and he stopped about 2 years ago. I think he finally decided to go into hiding, to get out of the limelight, so to speak, and prepare for what's coming. Everybody pretty well expects there's going to be a big problem with money in this country. Our Constitution, Section 1, Article 10, says that we buy and sell with silver and gold. So you know what money is, it's silver and gold. This stuff the Federal Reserve prints is counterfeit. It's not real money. But the government says you can pay your taxes with that. You can buy and sell that. But it's not money. So be very careful with that. I don't think this thing's going to happen anywhere near as fast as everybody thinks it's going to happen. But when it does happen, it's all of a sudden going to, when everybody becomes aware of it at one time, it's going to let everybody stand in there waiting with their jaws open. So if you can, get some silver and gold. There isn't that much of it, you know. I used to be a cashier in a grocery store. I used to be in the office in the grocery store. I maybe had $100 or $200 worth of change in the office, and they had 2 rolls of nickels, a roll of pennies, and a roll of quarters in every one of the cash registers. And what was it, $40 more, $50 more in each cash register. When we set them out, by the time we got them, we had more. With the cash register, we go up and down and change. Everybody coming to the store had maybe $1 worth of silver in their pockets. And they left with some silver in their pockets, and some left with more, some left with less. And women had a lot more than that. Generally had the low change purse inside their purse, and they dig out their change. So it's there's a lot less, and that was 50 years ago, 40 years ago. That was about 1960. I'll make that 1950-something, 55. Now, around 1965, we stopped making our coinage out of silver and gold. But let me tell you something. The population has doubled, maybe tripled since then. And all these people are walking around with no silver, no gold. It's really scarce. You can put yourself $100 or so of silver and gold together, and something really goes bad, you got a lot. I think if we really divided all the money up equally, you wouldn't get a pocketful. A little bit more than a pocketful, let's say. No, it'd be less, because they have so many more people now. So you'd have a little less than a pocketful, maybe 3/4 in silver. Now the Constitution says that's our money. You can buy and sell with silver and gold. But those people that in the government don't pay any attention to that, they're guilty of treason. They're guilty of treason there. They want to change the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment says you have the right to hold and bear arms. Will not be infringed. That means just a little bit. And they definitely want to infringe it right now. So that's a violation of the Constitution. If they want to change the Constitution, send it out to the states. I think all the states want to change that. The majority of the states, I think, rather have their citizens armed. Things are so much safer that way. And watch one thing. They've done that before. They didn't just put all the people on the map that own guns and people that didn't own guns on the map. But they did in the past. They had 2 cities years and years ago. One city decided it's going to make it illegal to own guns in the city. It really didn't do anything to stop people, but they made the law. Of course, you got caught using a gun to defend yourself, you're in trouble. Another city made it the law that everyone was armed. They didn't make any attempt to arm everyone either. They just made the law. The city that made the law that everyone be armed, the crime went down. The city in which made a law that you couldn't own guns, the crime went up. So I think it's in New York where they did this. They're stupid, because what's going to happen is those gun owners are going to find out their next door neighbors are being robbed, but they don't want to touch them. Because you make a mistake in a house with a person is armed, it can be your demise. Come in, he thinks you have a gun, he'll shoot you. The person that doesn't have a gun, you just do anything you want. Oh well, that's the way the world goes round. Look up Aware Patriot and look up his 40 videos. It will tell you how to get along in these coming times. I think they will occur. It's just not in the schedule everybody's figuring. It's going to be back a ways.